Hi, Dav here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. It's been a couple of days, but I'm back. So I did this sort of set of sketches, I think yesterday, and I realized something because my plan for this 2025 was to do more of these imperfect sort of sketches. Basically, just me spending time in my sketchbook, and I think it's actually easy to show up pretty much every day if you don't finish everything. Now, I know it's I mean, look, if you have a job, if you have to meet some deadlines for your like project whatever, sure, I don't recommend the strategy, but if you're just in a position, you're in a phase where you just need to like draw something, sketch something and spend more time doing art. I don't think the proper mindset or goal is to finish something specific. I mean, you can have like an ideal, like a bare minimum, maybe like 1 page a day, bare minimum, or 1 sheet, or maybe you could aim like an average of like 3 sheets a day or something. But the point is, I think I was pressuring myself to like it too much to do a certain number of pages to the point where the goal was to just, um, I think I was just too focused on the number and I wasn't giving myself enough flexibility to just spend some time and sketch. And yeah, it sounds so simple, but I think you need to be specific with what exactly you want to aim for. For me, if the thing I lack or if the thing I want to do is to just spend more time drawing, sketching, painting, to just figure things out, practice. It doesn't even matter what the specific is or the thing is, but the common thread of whatever art I make has to be me actually doing the thing. And if I just do that, I'll be fucking fine. And I think that's what's it's sort of an easy concept, like to understand from the beginning or from the like if you just step back, sure. If you step back from the actual like art sessions or whatever, but once you're actually doing the thing, I think sometimes you just naturally get stuck in trying to do things a certain way, and it's just so unhealthy. I mean, for example, right now you can see in the right hand side, that's me sort of just playing with the my pens, my brushes, just to find something that works. Sometimes I make new ones, sometimes I just adjust old ones to sort of um, make it more easy to draw with. And I think I was trying to go for a more charcoal look for this one. But it took so long before I actually sketched something somewhat legitimate. I mean, I could spend like a couple of minutes doing this sort of thing. But I think it's a bit more realistic because that's just how it works. Now, if you look at like most sketchbook tours on YouTube, a lot of it is pretty polished. And I think it sort of gives you a not so realistic view of what sketchbooks mostly are like. And it's going to be messy like this one. A bunch of random strokes, a bunch of failed drawings. Um, and like sometimes it takes so long before you can actually draw something somewhat like decent or specific. And a lot of my sessions can end up like this, where it's just a bunch of random shit. Right now, I think I was able to like figure out something. Um, Actually, one of my more favorite drawings or sketches of this session, I did try to draw like kind of a fish guy, like a perverted like. I should have made like the stomach a bit bigger, but whatever. Um, and yeah, you see me do like a bunch of these random strokes, and that's just me playing around with my brushes and seeing what works, what doesn't work. But so I was trying to yeah, so you can see me draw something a bit interesting at the top right corner, but that's also another thing when you do these sorts of sessions. You just want to have fun and just go with the flow. Um, I mean, yeah, you can have like ideals of what you should be drawing, but I think the common thing again is to just make sure you're in your page, in your like sketchbook, in your either Clip Studio Paint, Photoshop, Procreate, whatever, and just draw because this is where you figure stuff out. It can feel like a waste of time. As you can see, I do a lot of these sorts of like random strokes a lot, but that's me fine tuning my tools, my process, even the way like I hatch. Like that, these are mini sort of things that will add on to your more bigger projects. Now, I think I shifted more into like values instead of like line work or contours for this one. On the right hand side, I think I tried to go for like an Evangelion, but it did not go well. The only thing that was decent here, let me just pause the video right over here. The one in the center where I did kind of a value study, it looks kind of good. Even the hand, I think so far I have been getting better at simplifying the hands. Um, like I'm able to like chunk it, especially like the inner parts, like the thumb sort of fat or muscle here, and then just basically learning how to break the hand, which is a very complex form, into much more simpler shapes. And let me just go back a bit to the sort of fish fat guy who's kind of licking something. Look at the way it did the hand in the bottom. I think that's a really good sort of way to simplify the hand. And when you're trying to simplify figures or any kind of thing, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to make somewhat sense. And I think I did a good job there. Just knowing which lines go before or after the other, that's gonna help you with especially stuff like foreshortening. Um, and I think it's gonna work even better when you don't have shading because you can clearly see when something is closer to you or further away from you just by that kind of intersecting line. So I think this is what I figure out, or this is what you will figure out when you just spend time doing your sketches. You're gonna make a bunch of mistakes, but you're gonna figure just bits and like nuggets of stuff along the way, along your like full art session. And what's gonna happen is if you keep sort of getting those, it's gonna compile and compound into your future artwork. So when you're doing stuff like this, sessions like this, don't be so like hard on yourself because like especially if you're not creating something like fully like finished or something. I mean, just drawing stuff like this from imagination was really even the thing here in the center, this sort of weird looking like fat kind of thing. It reminds me of one of those tire like mascots for like I forgot the brand, but it's like a tire. Like they sell wheels basically, but I was just playing around with like how to draw a bit of like fat and stuff, especially for like the head and the neck. And I think it transferred to this other sketch to the right hand side. I think I tried drawing like a human head in the beginning, but I decided to just go for something like a fish or something. Or if you don't know how to draw something, just exaggerate it. And I think that has helped me. For example, if you look at the proportions of again the guy on the right hand side, the very thick sort of guy, I made everything thicker. Right, the arms are like really thick, kind of like Hulk. You know how he's like really thick and short sort of limbs. You can't learn anatomy or human figures that way, but just not being so accurate with the realistic proportions. You can sort of exaggerate stuff, and that's where you can learn and focus more into figuring out the certain details. Again, like I mentioned, the contouring stuff, like which line goes first and or which line goes behind the other. For example, if you look at this arm over here, in the center guy, hopefully you can see the webcam. I mean, it's not a very realistic set of proportions, but it looks kind of humanoid. So it's when you're drawing figures, just play with humanoid figures. Um, some of it will look more human, some of it will look more like a creature. But if you just allow yourself to sort of push the proportions a bit, I think you can really enjoy the process of figuring out how the human sort of thing works, human anatomy, right? And even capturing like details like this, like the contours. It shows you, even though you're not drawing the muscles, kind of underneath, just by watching the contours of you can see this in like movies or any kind of like photos, real life references. You will just know over time. Just be more observant and try to capture what you see into these kind of drawings, and you do it piece by piece. One detail after another over time. So let me just go and skip here. So yeah, I think I did try to draw an Evangelion and did not. I think I was having trouble with like the edges because I was using a very soft sort of brush. And here we're just playing around with some kind of pencils. Because I want to make sure I have like my favorite picks, so I don't have to keep choosing. So I think this is a great time for you to, whenever you're doing these sessions, try to pick your best brushes or try to adjust. Try to keep your brush set kind of small, and make sure you actually use them. And because you want to be able to focus more on actually drawing instead of like playing around with your brushes too much. But this part is still essential because your drawings will be affected. For example, I think for this, I really like the way I can do values, even though it's not fully like top notch. But the fact that, for example, even the right hand sketch over here of this sort of failed creature Evangelion thing, I like the richness of the blacks. Just look at any traditional like charcoal sketch. Some of these artists will really go deep with their like blacks. Like a significant portion of the page is going to be this like a bunch of heavy sort of blacks, and I think it looks good. And I think that's something I want to be able to explore more in my future like sketch sessions, because so far I have been leaning more into like contours, and which is good because I'm just trying to get into the habit of just drawing from imagination, being able to manipulate forms in terms of like lines. And it's easy to like capture shapes that way because you're not rendering anything, which does take some time. But yeah, and you're able to like show form without even rendering. For example, let me go back here. Just these bits of shading is kind of enough to, but it's not even shading. It's like this little like darker indentations of the pencil. They can give you a little bit, but it's mostly line. But you can still tell the form of it just by lines. So I think I just needed to have this sort of phase. But I think over time I'm gonna do more like value sketches, kind of like this one. But then again, these will really depend on the foundation, and that's the drawing. So doing stuff like this can help you figure out like the anatomy, the structure of like whatever you want to do. But obviously we want to be able to render stuff as well. So I think, doing some like quick sketches like this is helpful. Even if you're not rendering something like nice right now, learning how to like at least shade. Like if you want to make something dark, if you want to blend something out, if you want to make something lighter, learning these sets of skills, even if you're sketching something like so random and so like weird, it's gonna add up to your future drawings. So don't be afraid if you're not completing anything. And I think that's the idea of this episode, or this sort of reflective moment for me. Oh, another thing for me, I realized when drawing, I can use thicker pencils. Kind of like this drawing at the top of this, you're seeing the human sort of torso from the back. Because I've seen artists who draw traditionally who do lean more in the animation kind of realm. Like they just know how to simplify, or sometimes figure drawing. I do know a lot of animators, like they do take classes on human figure drawing. And they're sort of taught to simplify it and learn like the motion and stuff like that, because it does help in their like 3D animations and obviously 2D animations. But I think especially in the Western sort of sphere, 3D is more common, but the underlying thing there is still going to be somewhat 2D if you're trying to like study something. So when you look at these people, I do see often they like to sketch with the side of their pencil, so the flat side. So some lines can be really thin and some lines can be really thick. And I think I was able to kind of get the same vibes when doing this. And I think you can sketch figures much faster when you use a slightly bigger brush, because you're sort of forced to not, because when you have like a small thin brush or pen, you're kind of incentivized, or you're encouraged to add more details just because the pen or the pen tip is too small. But if you have like a big brush or a big pen, it's gonna look cluttered if you have too many strokes. So I think this may help you in your like drawings. Try using a much thicker pen or brush to sort of, because you'll want to capture the shapes in as less lines as possible, as to so you won't clutter your drawing. So that could help you. But yeah, that's something that I realized worked for me as well. I think I tried something. I did not like this one on the left hand side. It kind of sucks, but it happens. So what was the first page? Yeah, I did start the session with like some pencil drawing, just line work. I think you're seeing the figure right now from above. So I was trying to practice a little bit of foreshortening, but we're seeing the torso as the closest thing, and the face as well. And then the legs and the feet are gonna be like really skewed and at the bottom. I do like the sketch of the one in the lower middle. It feels very like animated. I do see even the way I did like the head, how I drew the back, the hair, and like the ponytail. It's so simple, but I was able to at least capture it. And I think I was really inspired by a lot of these like character designers who go to school like in like art center or Cal Arts, whatever. Because I've seen some of their character drawings. It is a bit more stylized. They like to simplify things a lot, and I think that has, just seeing how they draw and seeing their artwork or sketches, I think it has influenced me. Now, this one does. I think I was inspired by one of the scenes in Konosuba, the girl, the secretary kind of woman, and I think Kazuma was in trial, and she was like the lawyer, prosecutor, whatever. And I just remember that scene where she kind of arched her back. And I think I was able to do a good job sort of animating like how the chest kind of moves, right? But yeah. So on the right hand side, I did try to do like a face. I think I am getting better slowly, but I still have a long way to go. But you need to get comfortable, I think, doing this. And the only way to do that is to sketch a lot. Like before, I think you can even improve like in an upward kind of way. I think you need to get comfortable first. And once you're comfortable enough with drawing the subject, obviously you're going to do more because it's just comfortable. And because of that, because you're doing more, you're building that necessary mileage and experience that will lead you to where you want to go to actually make progress. So maybe right now for you, the thing isn't really to get good, although that's a name. Under that is just getting comfortable. Because if you're comfortable with just, if you have a canvas, if you have a page right there, a canvas, and you can just draw and just keep drawing and drawing and drawing, and you're comfortable with that whole process, even if what ends up being on the page is kind of sucky or incomplete, if you're comfortable with that, you're gonna do more drawings, you're gonna do more sketches, you're gonna do more paintings, and it is through that experience, through that body of work of page after page after page, because you're so comfortable with it, that's what's gonna make you make progress. So yeah, if you want to show up, you don't have to finish everything or anything at all. Just spend time doing the thing. Literally just show up. Don't even tell yourself to finish like a painting, because maybe that's too pressuring for you, because I know that is for me. So just don't finish things, just show up, and just be there, right? It may not feel significant, but if you add all those days where you did show up, by the end of a month, a couple of months, by the end of this year, I think you're gonna make a lot of progress. So hopefully this episode helps in some way, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.